When you're in need of help from above, who do you pray to?
6 days on a ventilator and a total of 16 days in the hospital.
Johnny Workman believes he's here today because his family answered that for him after a horrible accident in 2018.
I felt something hit me in the back, and I was kind of turned, and whenever I turned, I got trapped.
Trapped after a runaway 30,000-pound asphalt roller, the weight of 2 elephants, pinned him against another roller, crushing the road construction worker.
There's a mirror on my roller, and I seen myself in the mirror. I seen myself starting changing colors, and then I blacked out.
Workman suffered 27 fractures to his chest alone. While in a medically induced coma, his family placed this medal of Blessed Stanley Rother on Workman's chest and prayed for the priest from Okarche to intercede.
I believe that's whenever it happened, the miracle.
Workman remains unwavering in the vision he experienced while unconscious.
He picked me up and we were walking together, and as we was walking, here's Mother Mary on this side, and here's Father Stanley Rother, and I got him by the hand, and we're walking. I don't know if we were going to heaven.
Rother served his church in Guatemala during a time of civil war. Thousands of Catholics were killed. In 1981, 3 men entered his church and executed Father Stanley. In 2016, Pope Francis officially recognized him as a martyr for the faith, putting him closer to sainthood.
We have one more step left to go, and that means we need a verified miracle that is approved by the Vatican, and then that would clear the way for the Vatican to allow him to be canonized.
That's one of the reasons this shrine in South OKC, which will hold Blessed Stanley's remains, is opening later this year.
Having a shrine dedicated to a person, that provides an opportunity, and it encourages people to seek his intercession right there where he is.
The Vatican has a miracle commission that goes through the thousands of miraculous claims. 99.9% of them are medical miracles. For it to be considered a miracle, it has to be spontaneous, instantaneous. The person needs to have completely healed with no natural explanation of what happened. Workman describes his recovery as nothing short of miraculous.
Doctors, nurses, and staff would tell me almost daily that I was lucky to be alive.
A letter of his account has been delivered to the Oklahoma City Archdiocese. He describes how his now healed body is the result of more than good luck.
Maybe it is a miracle in the church's eyes, but I know for 100% fact that it was a miracle in my eyes.
It was the best of times.
It was a special, special place. 2 car dealerships, 2 grocery stores. It was buzzing and thriving.
It was always fun, and there's always things to do with swimming naked in the farm ponds.
Richard Anderson, the star of the Wacomas High School basketball team, played at OU and helped hold KU's Wilt Chamberlain to just 15 points in one game. Mo Anderson, a sharecropper's daughter and cheerleader, was smitten from the start.
And I looked over and I saw him and I said, "Kay, who's that guy?"
The two graduated in a class of just 17. They married, moved, and would have very successful careers. But the town where they first fell in love would not age gracefully.
It was just trashy looking.
The once vibrant Main Street had gone silent.
When I'd see the buildings falling down, it bothered me.
To the point where Richard would purchase a corner lot on Main Street for a memorial to the pioneers of Wacomas, now dearly missed. Then the Andersons set out to create a Wacomas they fondly remembered.
Then next was Shorty's Barber Shop.
A gift shop, a chapel, and a diner now stand on the original Main Street. 88-year-old Orville Milam,
they know what I want, they take care of me.
comes to Moe's Place every day and loves telling us how he picked up his wife of 64 years off the ground at the roller skating rink once across the street.
She hit a brick wall over there, and I went over and picked her up. I told her she fell for me hard and she was a pickup.
People are really proud of what this town has become.
Blocks away, the one-time family retreat has been converted to the Buffalo Point Retreat and Event Center. The place features luxurious accommodations, along with a barn, swimming pool, and an operating vineyard.
We could be the greatest suburb to Enid that Eden could ever hope to have.
The high school sweethearts' dreams are still just as big now as the stars in their eyes were way back when. More on Main Street is planned.
We really have a vision of what this little place can become.
As the Andersons' love has returned to Nokomis 7 decades after it was discovered. Carl Torp, Oklahoma's own News 9. There's only one golfer from Norway in the field of the PGA Championship.
Helt umulig. Han slår den altså så bra. Kom igjen da, kom igjen. Nå er det i gang igjen!
So you can't blame Norwegian announcers for going nuts.
Det er jo et helt umulig slag!
When that one, Victor Hovland, does something amazing.
I'm glued to the TV on the weekends.
That's also the reason my dad gets a little nutty over Victor as well.
Ever since he won the U.S. Amateur, I've been a great fan, being a Norwegian, obviously.
Like Hovland, my dad came from Oslo to OSU on a sports scholarship. It was Oregon State University and it was tennis, enough of a connection, though, to constantly update me on Victor's wins and magazine covers.
Hey, awesome.
So with this in mind, my mom and I, and this son of Norway, went looking for another son, 54 years younger, to say skål.
About 3 strokes up.
With pants on?
No, I can't tell.
Or shorts. There were so many sweet swings, but none with the Scandinavian style we were looking for on this special week.
I'll be 78 on Friday. Well.
All right, let's make this birthday present happen. Turns out we never saw Victor Wednesday. It's Rory. Wrong country. Isn't the clubhouse up here? He's gonna hit balls today, right? Hey, John Daly's here. You see John Daly? But Norwegian pride was still beaming behind the ropes. We randomly met other Norwegians.
And Victor's a great guy anyway.
An OSU professor. And at the putting green, my dad showed off by speaking Swedish to Sweden's Henrik Stenson.
I told him "söta bror," which means sweet brother. It's kind of a trope.
It got awkward for a little bit.
Not long enough, though, to deny a show of solidarity between two Nordic neighbors.
Henrik.
It's a stretch for a Swede, but all right. You want to sign?
Please. I know you have a good sense of humor.
Absolutely.
I came here to see him.
Go Sweden. All right, there we go. All right.
At Southern Hills, Carl Torp, Oklahoma's own News 9.
I'll just go all the way down this row, and then I'll come right back up this row.
Nearly 5 days a week,
You'll get your 10,000 steps a day.
Jerry Pfeiffer
You can learn their entire existence just by looking at their name on their headstone.
volunteers as a detective
There's amazing people buried in this cemetery.
of the dead.
For me, the fulfillment is just the pure history, learning the lives of the people that came before us.
At Gracelawn Cemetery in Edmond,
Her maiden name is Teeter. She lived to be 78 years old.
she uses her interactive cemetery map to make sure thousands of tombstones haven't fallen victim to time.
There's ways to get the information off the side.
Jerry takes a picture of each headstone and records it at findagrave.com.
We put a GPS marker on each grave we visit so that we know where it is in perpetuity.
With a bucket of tools, Jerry clears away decades of dirt and even helps unearth markers, like the one belonging to a 13-year-old who was buried in 1907.
Sure.
The final resting place of Ephraim David Rathbun, who served as a Union soldier in the Civil War, was particularly troubling.
His profile had no grave marker. As the daughter and granddaughter, sister, and cousin of American military, that's not acceptable to me.
Jerry knew Rathbun was buried 5 feet from the center of his wife's grave, and through a U.S. Veterans Affairs program was able to apply for and receive a new headstone, nearly 100 years after he was buried.
This guy should be recognized as a serviceman and as a hero.
And like that, it's on to another case, preserving the past before it's covered forever.
It's about doing the right thing. And that's all it's ever about for me.